a misleading statement from an important commission which has been entrusted by the NSF to oversee implementation of ILB in the state. In a misleading statement, then what will happen? There will be confusion, there will be chaos, there will be no debates. In fact, violence will have chance. They are saying Nagas are the only scheduled tribes, only indigenous tribes of Nagaland, which is totally wrong, false. And in fact, we condemn this statement. Though this commission set up by the NSF, now they are trying to deny the history of the Kacharis, the Mikiris and the Garos in Nagaland. Unlike what the NSF commission said, it don't want to migrants can know it. It don't want to migrants can.
Migrants likhine ase.
Migrants can ikini job reservation dibo wasun na. Recruitment nekina usam. These people are not migrants. They are indigenous to the land. They have been here. Kacharis, they have been here for thousands of years.
Hello viewers, welcome to Fort Nagaland News. I am apne jo hota hai Naga society upor da news bunai ne apne hange dikhai thakya nishna. Aji bhi ekta topic beshi gorom topic ja ase itu ami ana society ri cha Nagaland de regarding the 1176 constable police constable post la upor de RPP han statement ja upor de itu garna ami khota ko lai ne thakya do ite Sir Joel Naga lo aina ase the president of RPP party Nagaland. So sir beshi salo log ma paina aro aji enega moka paina apno khota ko para do khushi ba sa aro beshi thanks amenge time dia garne with
Welcome.
Sir to itu ami will go directly questions there. To mo jum ja thega to icha yete apni han statement dina ase to 1176 police constable post upor to vacancy la upor recruitment la upor to tate apni han koine thega to state government bra Naga non-Naga indigenous tribes of Nagaland tahan ge include or exclude kor da do ito por de apne han ko hisab te it reflects poorly upon the policy makers of the state itu koine ase to it lo por apne han itu statement bi didi ne adushando agire jabo holi bi itu lo por apne han ge olop janai dos
apni kon isna mo kan itu statement dishe aro first of all Nagaland government gi bi thanks janai di ase after a long wait enega thousands of posts ulai dia to Naga use karne bishi bal hole bi date mo kan ekta discrimination lagise kile mane Nagaland state as such edo 15 Naga tribes ase aro the other non-Naga tribes as well. So the other non-Naga tribes mo kan date mo kan press statement mo kan mention kurana hole bi it's ki go Mon mention koriche ki to non-Naga indigenous tribes of Nagaland can get discriminated no kurbi edu koi das to tate edu mon kili to koshi kulu to non-Naga indigenous tribes kan do they are known as Kuki, Kachari, aro Garo, aro Mikir. These are notified tribes edu mon khushi mushiba kon hoy. These are notified tribes. They are scheduled tribes. Aro ido Nagaland government bra notify kura laga tribes kan ase. To police laga post to olai dishe hole bi employment opportunity is given only to the Naga tribes, but not these 4 tribes. These 4 tribes are also part and parcel of Nagaland. To idoni mohandu gwado itu to bhal noy itu policy do. This is discrimination. They are also citizens of Nagaland. Aro edu hangi bi job opportunity dibo lage, hangi bi respect kurubo lage, and their existence should be recognized. Aro they should have a dignified living. Edu koishe.
To sir icha apne han edu press statement di dia bisida backlash to ayas forefront and apne han ge to counter ko thaya to the inner line regulation commission of the NSF tahan bra itu koina ase aro tate tahan ba describe kora do RPP statement regarding the police constable recruitment as ignorant and that it attempts to diminish the uniqueness of Nagas in their ancestral home region. One statement aro tahan do there one question tahan ekta question thake do RPP ke who are the non-Naga indigenous tribes of Nagaland? Because according to the NSF, only Nagas are the indigenous tribes of Nagaland.
It's a laughable statement, or it's an ignorant statement. Taekwondo was more ignorant, but they themselves are ignorant. Inner line regulation commission was set up by the NSF in the previous tenure, not this tenure. Previous tenure set up kurigina ito ILP implementation Dimapur area te ito sabi goi nai ito commission no thaise. So here we have to make a distinction. That press statement which you have quoted is not the NSF statement, but it's a commission statement headed by NSN Lotha, former NSF president, Arotai ex-candidate from Tui constituency, Waka district. So itu tangala statement ase. So here people are confused with the NSF kamera likishni was. So no, NSF did not write this. Anyway, ide moi ko mon jado kile tangala statement laughable as ignorance boli do. Idu mohan RPB kamra khushi mushi pra idu kachari kuki nolibi mikir garoha gam job dibi kon hoido. It's as per government notification. So 1970 the act of government notification olaishe recognizing 5 scheduled tribes in the state of Nagaland. 5 scheduled tribes. Number one, any Naga. To any Naga to presently we have around 15 tribes, not 16 as well. So all the Naga tribes within Nagaland. Number 2, Kachari. Number 3, Kuki. Number 4, Garo. Number 5, Mikir. So 1970 notification recognizes 5 scheduled tribes. And subsequent notifications, 1973, 1970, notifications, these tribes can avail jobs related to grade 3 and grade 4, non-technical, provided they are indigenous to the state of Nagaland. Indigenous to the state of Nagaland. Which means all these 5 tribes, including Naga tribes, they are indigenous to the state of Nagaland. Aru Taikhando job opportunity avail ko pare. The clear cut 1970 by notification olagin asulu. So NSF la this commission, if they want to rewrite the concept of indigeneity, let them write to the state government. Tahan state government will complain kuribina. We are going by the book, we are going by the rule, we are going by the constitution. Constitution is up there. Tahan job opportunity divi to charter tribes can get. The minor tribes, the deprived tribes, the most backward tribes in Nagaland. Ito kan asudo. Ito kan give opportunity divi na. We are talking about justice, fair play, equal opportunity before the law. UN law kotha koi kina ito description, okay, we accept UN's description of indigeneity. That is universal. UN description of indigeneity does not apply only to Nagas. It applies to indigenous people over the world. So ito commission la statement do, in fact, is misleading. Naga manu hange mislead kori ase do. To Naga manu bhabe ase Nagaland khali 14, 15 Naga tribes is no. There are other minority groups who are scheduled tribes as well as indigenous to Nagaland. So, a misleading statement from an important commission which has been entrusted by the NSF to oversee implementation of ILB in the state. In a misleading statement, then what will happen? There will be confusion, there will be chaos, there will be no debates. In fact, violence will have chance because at this juncture, Naga, we are at a transitory stage where most of the people are confused. So, Likha Manogan, Buja Manogan, iniga confusion, misleading statement that you will like.
So, sir, आप यहाँ statement उपरे जाओ लास्ट में that it is high name even as a personal मोला question आपने ये तो खुद ही मुझे ऐसे apne no party ba koina si statement there. It said that the omission is part of the greater malice related to quota distribution in the state, and that the non-Naga indigenous of the state who above everyone else deserve the backward quota the most. Tomorrow question is that, sir. What is your party stand on backward quota? Number one. Number two to say why are the non-Naga indigenous inhabitants most deserving of the backward quota above everyone else? Kila mane amihan ete apne bi ekta counter bi noy ekta hujum jarega to icha forward Nagaland news amihan berai na ya do start kori na Eastern Nagaland na kiman district ase amihan ekla berai na ase sob sai na ase so conditions to pitiful ase jaina dikha to tebe to olop apne hala statement aru mahan laga jaina dikhala to counter ho ase the donate to law product and statement to mahan ki janai.
See, when we talk about quota, backward quota, backward quota hatai dibo lage ekta group ase, backward quota thakibo lage, review korobo lage, aro backward quota to dosar tribes kanki dibo lage, rank mahangi bi dibo lage, nolibe aw semal lothangi bi dibo lage. Itu bi ekta group ase. So both the groups they have started publishing or making public list all ideas. Okay, it would try to first class gazette officer kiman ase. It would try to class 3 grade 3 employees kiman ase. It would try to grade 4 employees kiman ase. It was all ideas na. So it kan sai shuguli to. In fact, the whole backward quota debate pertains only to Nagas. Mohan Naga say moi rank ma ase, moi be pawo lage. Lo abdi konya ase, abni hi aur bishi pawo lage based on population. Noli changam bishi pawo lage, chagisang bishi pawo lage. Ida to aw semal author rank ma hambe a mohan be pawo lage. Kali mohala circle de bira asulo. So what about the other tribes? Age to konis na, there are 4 very backward tribes. Edo moi mention going ase. Tahan Kachari Gan, Garo Gan, ekta gazette office be ase na in the state of Nagaland.
Right now.
Right now. We should be asking that question. Nagaland police te idu charter tribe to takan kiman takan like employment ratio kiman ase. Say for example, Rengma's 4% of Nagaland population. Kota. If my tribe's employment ratio is 5% of the population, then I'm well represented. But a Garo or a Kachari, if they are 1% of the state's population, and their representation in the government surveys is 0.1% of the state's population, they are not well represented. In fact, India population ratio, most of the tribes are well represented. Backwardness, yes, economically backward, educational backward, itola understanding be ekta alag ase de. Government job te backwardness la kotha these 4 tribes, they are underrepresented than any of the other Naga tribes. NPSC to olai tahan, NSSB to olai. No tahan kota ase nai, tahan kota nai. To tahan kota DB kota itu biya kota ase niki. We consider ourselves as a Christian state. Modern Christian as a way. We should have compassion for neighbors. We should have this understanding that all are first-class citizens of this state. Only these people they are now considered second-class citizens of this state. Today we are denying them job opportunities. Tahange job reservation na dibo, police recruitment na tahange na dibo. Tahange backward quota bhi nedi buko ase ite to aur ite NSF commission last statement do tahan hudi ase who are the non-Naga indigenous tribes tahan go ase Nagaland te khali indigenous tribe Naga manu ga ase go ase. Though this commission set up by the NSF, now they are trying to deny the history of the Kacharis, the Mikiris and the Garos in Nagaland. Ita to job opportunity no ina tal history be deny kora ase to. We're trying to erase their history, which is very unfortunate. which is very distasteful, which is very discriminatory. We are trying to erase a people's history with that statement. Who are the non-Naga indigenous tribes of this state? It is question hoda do. Moi repeat koya ase. They are saying Nagas are the only scheduled tribes, only indigenous tribes of Nagaland, which is totally wrong, false, and in fact we condemn this statement. So, when it comes to backward quota, we strongly believe that they should be given quota. That the quota ratio to percentage to increase, decrease, the government operates to. Only we give these tribes a quota also. Only I'm sure your next question is related to quota because I'll be taking some time. Say, Rengma Hambi quota mangyas. Okay, well and good. But I will not be availing the quota, personally. See, it should be like that. My sons and daughters cannot avail the quota because we belong to the creamy layer. So, quota reservation only be creamy layer be thakibo lage. Our pockets be sabo lage. Our economically, our educational backward area can do sab sabo lage. There are so many criteria factors na. So
sir, my next question thaya to icha. Apna bhavana opor state government ba idu jani janne deliberately marginalized correctly non-Naga indigenous tribes of Nagaland. Nothing else apna bhavana.
Edu to moi ko na pare whether deliberate or due to ignorance, edu to moi ko na pare. See, politicians may be ignorant, okay, but definitely the bureaucrats are not ignorant. Itula issue to notification, ito to bureaucrat level bra dibo, actual groundwork to politicians come to instruction dibo, no doubt. Only ito bureaucrats work out credo. Ito ratio inika hobo lage. For example, ito police recruitment de, ito district wise ratio inika hobo lage. So bureaucrats pa kam kora asilo. So politicians, I'm not giving excuses for politicians. Only most of politicians they do not understand these things. Nah. Only bureaucrats definitely they understand these things because all these notifications, 1970 notification, 1973 notification, 1977 notification on who is an indigenous citizen of Nagaland. It also notification to true IS officers and top bureaucrats come down formula create diasudo. So, to your question, I really don't know. But Holibi, now that they know, the politicians and the policymakers, now that they know, they should do what is right. Ito ekta tribe ke favor kora ito ke favor kora kotha no ito. This is not politics, okay? We cannot play politics with history and culture. We are talking about justice. That justice should be served. That the Garos and the Kacharis and the Mikis and Kukis who have been left out from this recruitment process should be given justice. They should be given equal opportunity. Because unlike what the NSF Commission said, ito honto migrants kan no ito. Ito honto migrants kan
migrants likhina ase.
Tang was migrants kan ikini ito job reservation dibo wasu na. Recruitment ne kina usab. These people are not migrants. They are indigenous to the land. They have been here. Kacharis, they have been here for thousands of years. They are not migrants. Mohan Naga Manuan Babe. Ito Nagaland state to isor by dam guna lagai gina mohangi dishe bhabido. We are too arrogant, number one. We are too self-important people, actually. Maga nije ko beshi important bhabido. Beshi damar bhabe. Isor by ito Naga Manuan land inga ase guna diyan hoito. When Nagaland state was created out of Assam, some parts of Naga lands were left out. That's why there are Rengmas in Assam, there are Zimis in Kachar Hills. Tagambi, indigenous to Assam Asudo. They are also indigenous inhabitants of Assam. So also, Garo Hambi, Meghalaya Debi ase, Karbi Anglong Debi ase, Dimapur Debi ase. And so when Nagaland state boundary bana them the Garo Han Kumadu Nagaland de Asia Kuma Assam Yeshido. So they have been living here in Nagaland since time immemorial. For example, who are the indigenous people? Description, definition like we should know. Those people who have villages. Very simple. Naga Manuan village ase. Our Hambi village, Rengma Hambi, Samaso village, Niju area. So they are indigenous to the land. They are landowners. Garo Hambi, Dana Bustikan also, Dimapode. Tolivu also, Samaguri as no. Now, for example, Kachari Busti Gimana say, they are indigenous to the land. They have been living for hundreds and thousands of years. So now to say that they are migrants, to say that they are migrants is, in fact, it's racist. It's discriminatory. And it's denying their history. So, yes, we can talk about our rights, but not at the cost of other people's culture and tradition and history. I'm stressing on that because now if we continue to talk about history again, lama choro jabo. Today there are Simis in Tinsukia also, right? British kama tangi lu jaigina, tete tangi buhaigina, tangi land pata digina, tang busti banar buhazu na Tinsukia re. Now if tomorrow Assam government says these people are migrants, they should be uprooted. To mansik numere kina hoga. Rengma Manu have been living in Assam for 600, 700 years, even, for 10, 15 generations. Though if Assam government today says that these people are migrants and they are not indigenous and they are not estes, they should be uprooted from this land. Kolido Rengma Manu ki feeling aibo. Nolibe Naga Manu ki bhabna guru. So likewise, Garo Khan, Ido Kachari Khan, Ido Mikiri Khan ki bhi ina koi tagilito. Tahambi, of course, their sentiments are heard. And this is not a civilized way or a civilized manner of, having a discourse. Ina kotha amdo nogo lage. Idoi we Canadians.
So sir, jamon kotha kuni jamde apni you have touched on the topic of Manitu ki jatulu Naga Manu bishi Assam desi Manipur desi niga ito hana kotha hola. So like and out of the box is the question of there. So what about those who are outside the state of Nagaland and they are Nagas?
With relation to job opportunity. No. See, the 1970 notification is very clear that Nagas, only those Nagas or only those scheduled tribes who are indigenous to Nagaland can avail job opportunity in Nagaland. So it clear, yes, it clear. So anyway, there are some technical matters. 20% of the job I think is reserved for outsiders in what sense I really don't know. Only 100% of grade 3 and grade 4 reserved for indigenous inhabitants of Nagaland, and 80% of higher posts I think so reserved for indigenous inhabitants of Nagaland. 20% ki sab tese movie think nazane.
So sir, we'll try to we'll conclude. Holibi moi ta hujum je thake to itu iman hoine ise icha 2 din no ase ki ho ase apni dikhe ase in all the newspapers and all and other channels also visuals audio visuals kan to apne last statement ita ki didi hum jasi to RPP la site pa aur apna site pa.
See, especially moi Naga Manuhange ko mun jadu, especially our young people, the youths. See, we are easily brainwashed. I've been going through social media, YouTube channels, comment section site. We are too easily brainwashed. Ekju manu ane kipak to bo itu right ase. Or dusra manu ane counter dibo itu right ase. See, we don't have our own independent thinking, our independent analysis. And why is this happening? I think part of the problem is because we do not read books. We are educated, we are literate, but we don't read books. And this, books nuparalado, problem down right. See, social media has millions of opinions on a particular issue. Job reservation issue, thousands of people can say anything. But what is the truth? What is the middle ground? What is neutral? Itu mahali bisaro lage. But the problem is that social media can confuse us, brainwash us. Opinions can, brainwash us. Aro itu factor we Nagaland down here. So my advice to the young people is, please read books on history. Please read books regarding related to the state of Nagaland, how Nagaland was formed. or anything related to Naga history, keep on reading books. That will not only give you knowledge, but that will empower you as well. How to, as to speak, whether in student bodies, student union, or in any platform. It will empower you to speak, it will give you the confidence. But kali social media, manu laga opinion, YouTube te, and WhatsApp te, kali manu opinions hai thakili to, you will not be able to make independent decisions. Never. Ito hi muya youth kangi jarai di munjal.
So sir, thank you so much. Aji ame hinga time dia karne aro akha se aha din bi nga apno de time pai ne alag alag issues se jai tho.
Most welcome. Yeah, thank you Aram. Chalo once again.
Yeah. So viewers kuida isna yete aji etu man din ba issue jai thaka opor de especially ja recruitment police constable laga ulado etu lo opor de RPP aro Ilrc'S ta majode olop counter board hega la opor de aji ahina ami ande de RPP president Sojal nagalo khuda ko lisha aro tai ki kum jasi to thana site dekhai diche atana site pa ki kola si to apne hange dekhai diche cha aro yete ami ko thega to aro parishugla man दूसरा काउंटर पार्ट लोग जो जाइना अपने हिंगे कैसे तो दिखाई दोगुनी जाना इधर से इधर ने इन्हें का न्यूज़ खाना और न्यूज़ खान करने स्पेशल माना नागा सोसाइटी लोग बड़ा अपने साइड के फोर्ट नागालैंड न्यूज़ मैं आराम चुमी फॉर